Good morning. Happy Friday. Ooh. Oh, all right. I look a mess. I just came back from my 3 mile walk. And as always, I was sitting here listening to the news. And so we have a Supreme Court ruling 6-3. And we're going to go over it. I do want to give y'all, sorry about that. I'm always trying to take my gum out of my mouth. What was I saying? Give me a second. I'm trying to monetize my video. Y'all know I had not monetized like the last 5 videos. The last 5. Oh, I was saying I wanted to give y'all some information on exactly what is birthright citizenship, how it came to be, and all that good old stuff. So birthright citizenship. Let me pull up my video. I try and do education on here because sometimes people are not going to look it up on their own. So um, here it is. So the 14th Amendment and birthright citizenship. In July 1868, the ideas of African American activists transformed the terms of citizenship for all Americans with the adoption of the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. Discover the origins of universal citizenship for people born in the U.S. and how that birthright principles continues to impact national conversations about citizenship for over 150 years later. So it says the dates are pre-war, the Civil War, Reconstruction. The themes are slavery, emancipation, and African Americans. Grades 6 through 9, 9 through 12, standards, all that legal mumbo jumbo right there. So let's read historical context. The 3 Reconstruction Amendments were passed in the wake of the American Civil War and serve as expansion of rights due to all Americans. The second of these is the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution and was ratified in 1868. It grants citizenship to all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject the jurisdiction thereof, and provides all citizens with equal protection under the law. And so that's how, that's a little bit of background on it. Now, reporting on CSNBC and everywhere else. Now, I went on Politico and we're going to read what they are saying about this. Okay, Politico says Supreme Court hands Trump major win, limits judges' ability to block birthright citizenship order nationwide. The Supreme Court has handed President Donald Trump a major victory by narrowing nationwide injunctions that blocked his executive order purporting to end the right to birthright citizenship. In doing so, the court sharply curtailed the power of individual district court judges to issue injunctions blocking federal government policies nationwide. So the justices, in a 6-3 vote along ideological lines, said that in most cases, judges can only grant relief to the individuals or groups who brought a particular lawsuit and may not extend those decisions to protect other individuals without going through the process of converting a law into a class action, a special type of litigation that requires challengers to clear procedural hurdles. Quote, the universal injunction was conspicuously non-existent for most of our nation's history. Justice Amy Coney Barrett wrote in the majority opinion. So the ruling came Friday in connection with 3 lawsuits in which judges granted nationwide injunctions against an executive order Trump signed on the first day of his second term, seeking to deny American citizenship to children born in the U.S. to foreigners on short-term visas and those without legal status. Ooh, I'm going to read that again. Seeking to deny American citizenship to children born in the U.S. to foreigners on short-term visas and those without legal status. Judges said the order is patently unconstitutional because it conflicts with Supreme Court precedent and the text of the 14th Amendment, which says that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States. Okay, the Supreme Court did not rule on Friday on the underlying constitutionality of Trump's executive order. The 3 liberal justices in dissent said the president's directive is clearly illegal. Okay, so this doesn't make sense. In the dissent, it says the president's directive is clearly illegal. The court's decision to permit the executive to violate the Constitution with respect to anyone who has not yet sued is an existential threat to the rule of law, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson wrote in the dissent. While the court's ruling appears to be a major victory for Trump, it does include an important caveat. The court left open the possibility of nationwide relief in lawsuits brought by state governments. That's because Barrett wrote it's possible a nationwide injunction could be necessary to fashion complete relief for the states in the lawsuits they bring. Another thing that I saw is that the decision from the Supreme Court does not. Hey, T. Evans, your mic is cracking a little bit. Sorry about that. Another thing that I saw about this situation is that it may not be effective in every state. So, I think I gotta look at more commentary on it. Look at Katie Fang, because Katie Fang is a lawyer as well, so I'm sure she'll break this down. But I also wanted to report that Gavin Newsom sued Fox News for $700 million on their reporting of what was going on between him and Rump before the National Guard and the Marines got deployed out to Los Angeles. $700 million. Now, I got to also tell you that the DOJ, leather handbag face, Pam Bundy, sued every judge that has been deciding on cases that they've brought to the courts. So all the lower courts, all the district judges, she has sued them, all of them. You know, it's just a shit show. And what Trump usually does is he will break the law, he will get sued. His regime, the Trump regime, will break the law, they will get sued, and if they don't, the courts don't find favor for him, then he will appeal it automatically. The appeals court will do their thing. If he doesn't like the decision of the appeals court, then he sends his shit all the way to the Supreme Court. Now, I read to y'all a couple of months ago that executive orders are not automatically law. There's a process. And before they actually do become law, usually they get uh they'll sue for it to make sure it either does or doesn't go through. So I mean that's the dude cannot govern. Fatty Cakes, that's a new name for him, for Trump. Fatty Cakes does not know how to govern. And the people, the 17 or so positions of people filled from Project 2025, they don't know how to govern, but they're just seeing what they can break in the United States government and what they can get away with. So Fatty Cakes don't know how to govern, y'all. And he's always trying to see what he can break in the system because he doesn't want to follow law. But this is a win for him as far as birthright citizenship. So basically, what it's saying is if you have, and I read it, if a child that's born to undocumented um, immigrants or immigrants that are here on visas and their children are born here, they don't automatically receive citizenship. But I'm going to go, I want to read more into the 14th Amendment and see what all it covers, but I can't do it right now because I just got back from my 3 mile walk and I'm ready to get in the shower. That's why I look so crazy. I still got all my little stuff on and I'm just now cooling down. But I had to come and tell y'all about that. But I do think I'm going to um look more into really, I told y'all, hey pretty Mo, I'm doing all right. Trying to get back in my routine of walking. But and I slept good finally last night. I don't remember waking up at all, thank God, because that's been a problem. So I finally got some good not a good night's sleep, woke up at 7 and got out here and started walking. I think it was around 8 something. It was a little warm, but that's okay. I gotta start moving it back earlier and earlier for me to walk. But yeah. Um I need to delve into what I was gonna say. I remember I gave y'all that link to the Constitution class from Black Looking Glass. If I can find it again, I think I downloaded it and saved it. If I can find it, I'll post it again. But there was a lawyer back in 2008 that just went through and broke down the Constitution. It's 43 videos, but they're no more than 10 minutes each. Um, Black people, we need to know what the laws are and not wait until we get into litigation before we figure out what the hell is going on. We actually need to arm ourselves and know what the laws of the land are. Then you have another thing such as civil rights, because black people's civil rights have been violated so much in this country. Even though a lot of us are descendants of slaves, and we've been born here generation after generation, but yet it just seems that our civil rights are always being violated. And to be honest with you, see, little fact, my dad used to tell me that I was going to be a lawyer, that I should have been a lawyer, because I always argued with him. And I say that about Jaden. I say that about Jaden. But now that we have this quack in office and he's just running roughshod through our government and just doing all types of unlawful things, it makes me think about, well, is that something that I want to do? Or maybe I just need to, maybe I don't need to become a lawyer, but I need to know. And we need to know as Black people about our rights, even though we're supposed to have equal rights under the law. We know that doesn't happen. And that's why people have to get sued for violating our rights, our civil rights. So, yeah, let me get off of here because I'm starting to feel icky and I want to take this little sweat thing off. Y'all stay blessed and stay safe. I'm not sure if I'll come back on here today, but I am finna get to looking up this 14th Amendment information because I need to arm myself, just like y'all do. Y'all stay blessed and stay safe. I need coffee.